The legal battle surrounding the detention of businessman Dominic Hadeed and his wife Genevieve has intensified on Monday as the High Court ordered police to allow the couple's attorneys to inspect station diary records connected to their arrests. The ruling came during a virtual hearing of a habeas corpus application, a legal challenge seeking the couple's release on the basis that their detention was unlawful. Dominic and Genevieve Hadeed were detained last week during a police operation investigating an alleged conspiracy to assassinate members of the government. Since then, both have remained in prison custody after preventive detention orders were issued for the duo on Saturday. Their attorneys, led by senior counsel Douglas Mendez, contend that when the couple was first arrested, police were conducting what they described as an ordinary criminal investigation using their normal powers to detain, question, and where necessary, charge suspects. According to the defense, there was no indication at that stage that the arrests were being carried out under the emergency powers regulations or that preventive detention orders would be used. That, the defense argued, changed only after a habeas corpus application was filed before the High Court on Saturday, challenging the legality of the detention. Mendez told the court that preventive detention orders were subsequently issued, raising concerns that the investigation had shifted from an ordinary criminal matter to one conducted under emergency legislation after the legal challenge had already begun. The defense submitted that the timing of those events raises questions about whether the emergency powers were properly invoked and whether ordinary police powers were used in a manner not intended by law. Attorneys representing Commissioner of Police Alistair Guevara disputed that claim, telling the court detention orders had in fact been issued before the formal preventive detention orders were served. Presiding over the matter, Justice Frank Sipasad reminded both sides that the proceedings before him were limited to habeas corpus application and not a constitutional challenge to the state of emergency or the emergency powers regulations themselves. However, the judge said the court retains a supervisory role to ensure that the proper legal process has been followed before deciding whether a person's detention is lawful. Justice Sipasad subsequently granted the defense permission to inspect the relevant station diaries, saying the exercise could likely be completed within a relatively short time. Following the ruling, senior counsel Faris Al-Rawi told the court the defense would review the diary entries, seek further instructions from the Hadeeds, and file additional affidavits before the matter resumes. The hearing also took place against the backdrop of other detentions arising out of the same police exercise. Genevieve Hadeed's aunt, Star Sabga, also remains in custody. However, Justice Sipasad noted that her detention is not the subject of a habeas corpus application currently before the court. The matter was first heard on Saturday before being adjourned to allow the state time to respond to the allegations surrounding the legality of the couple's detention. It is expected to return before the court after the defense completes its review of the police records. The next hearing is tomorrow, Tuesday, at 10 a.m. You can read more on this story in tomorrow's Express by Ricky Ramdas. Urvashi Tiwari, Rupnarayan, TV6 News.